Joining me now is Morgan Lekstrom. He's the president of NexGold Mining. Great to see you again, Morgan.
Oh, man, it's great to see you. It's been too long.
Yeah, last time we talked was in New York in May, and at that time, the Treasury Metals Black Wolf deal had just been consummated. Now that the deal is official, you've got a new name, NexGold Mining. Can you remind viewers and investors of the merits of this buy and build strategy, whereby you're combining the exploration and capital markets expertise of Black Wolf along with the development expertise of Treasury?
Yeah, absolutely. Look, it is such a unique opportunity to be a part of one of the top three buildable assets in Canada. Federally permitted, 3 million ounces of gold, Northwestern Ontario, full builder team in place, 65 kilometers of wide open exploration ground between where the two resource pits are, which is a 25-kilometer distance between them. We're about 16 months away from putting shovels in the ground. We're Q1 with our feasibility study, Q3 with a construction decision, and we just launched a 25,000-meter drill program to start making these new discoveries, start showing the market that this district is bigger than 3 million ounces, which we know it is. We just came out with a press release today showing significant increase in gold mineralization on surface. So it's just getting started, and it's very exciting because now you have a dual path forward. You have the exploration path and the excitement that comes from making discoveries and expanding, and you've got the mine build path, which is accelerating right now.
Right. So let's pick up on phase one of this multi-phase, multi-duration, 25,000-meter drilling program, discovery and drilling, essentially. And as you said, you came out with a news release today. Your spring program showed new gold mineralization at surface, and you've already expanded the program. So can you flesh that out a bit?
Yeah, look, when we were doing the merger, we were all sitting around talking, and we said, well, why don't we start the exploration program early? And that actually yielded some very, very good results. Some nice channel samples. Again, stepping out from the resource areas, stepping into these new areas like where we're drilling at Interlakes, going north now, expanding beyond Goldland, which is a wide open area. So putting more people on the ground, doing those base level of of exploration while we're doing the engineering and all the other studies that happen, but doing that exploration while we're drilling. So going out and just doing that lock and step motion, drilling, exploring, you find something, you keep drilling, and then you move on and you keep expanding. That Goldland has significant expansion potential. So does Goliath. Both are open at depth. Both are open along strike. We've just cut them off so that we could do our feasibility pre-fees and the mine build. So this story is, it's been around a while, but in our eyes, it's just getting started.
So that area between Goldland and Goliath, do your geophysics give you the sense that that there's a lot in between there?
Yeah, so not only the geophysics, but the actual geology on the ground, the exploration that we've done over the past 10 to 13 years. That Adam Larson, our director of exploration, he's been with this project for almost 13 years. He's wanted to drill this. So has Jeremy. We've all wanted to drill this for a very long time. Obviously, us just joining, but they really wanted to focus on this area to start. And this shows significant potential between the two open pits. It's almost right between Goliath and Goldland. It's called Interlakes because it's inter, and we're drilling it. We're starting with some step drills. So as we build the trail in, we're starting with some of the less potential targets just to start getting structural and start understanding all the controls, and then moving to these high potential targets. And hey, we're going to start with 4,000 meters there, but we make a discovery. Look, this thing could be another open pit added into the resource in the future. You never know.
On another front, Morgan, the company NexGold Mining has struck a new First Nations agreement. What's the importance of that and some of the key commitments?
It's so important to be collaborative with your partners in the First Nations. Rachel and the team have done a phenomenal job working with all the First Nations in the area, and now with the Wabigoon First Nations to put our exploration agreement together and then start negotiating the IBAs, which are a critical part of building a mine in Canada. You need the First Nations, and you need your communities. You need collaboration, and that's something that we take very important. We work with our First Nations, so that agreement is a nice cherry on top for the exploration program, but also a major requirement. So we are working very closely with every First Nation in the affected area, and we'll be updating on that in the next little while.
All right. Now, Frank Justra owns a little bit more than 10% of this new entity, NexGold Mining. He's been appointed as an advisor, as has Sean Kunkun, the CEO of Dolly Varden Silver, somebody else we've talked to on a few occasions as well. So how do those two gentlemen, along with the other people on this experienced team, help NexGold differentiate from peers, do you think?
Look, starting with a base of a 3 million ounce buildable 110,000 ounce per year mine, that is a start of a fundamental buy build portfolio. You get in there, like I said, we're about 16 months away from getting boots on the ground and actually putting a shovel in the ground on the build side of things. That is just the start. Frank's patented method of buy build. You put one of these projects in, you get another, you cash flow, and you start ramping up, and you start getting that 2, 3, 4, 500,000 ounces per year very quickly. And especially in markets like this, where it actually is cheaper to go out and buy gold in the ground and buy projects than it is to find new ones. Unless you're in a district where you can make new discoveries and add to your current resource, to add a new project in, it just makes more sense to add them into a collective here and put that pipeline together. So that's how Frank's vision on that, and working with our executive team and the board as a strategic advisor, is really key, because he's able to just bring in some of that longer end finance knowledge, that experience from doing this over and over, and say, here's some roadblocks to avoid, here's some items that we should look at. And same with Sean, when you talk about capital markets and raising money, if you just saw Dolly Varden put up a $28 million bot deal, those are significant deals. Sean is an expert at understanding the capital needs of companies. He's exceptionally connected in his networks, has a lot of trust, has made people very strong returns on Dolly Varden and other things he's been involved with. So look, having Sean coupled with Frank on this, you get the vision and the finance, you get the strong connections in the finance as well. And then the rest of our team, the mine builders, the capital markets, the explorationists, we're forming that really nice, just overall experience group to drive this company to be the next big gold producer and start as a mid-tier.
And Morgan, how would you characterize the market's reaction to this new entity, NexGold Mining, and what will be some of the factors that will drive a re-rating in the stock?
Look, I think, like anything, when you put two companies together, there's always some time for things to shake out. I do think the market reacted favorably. I think that there has been a lot, people rotating in and out, and you're going to see that. Some people thought one company was doing one thing, some people thought one company was doing the other, but there's been strong support in the background. There's been strong support from shareholders. Key shareholders like Frank have been buying on the market, which you can see. Myself, our management team's buying on the market, because look, we not only believe in what we're doing, having an avenue like we do to actually build a gold mine in Ontario, near infrastructure, like just off the Trans-Canada, that to me, when the equities start to re-rate, we are a developer and an exploration company. So we will hopefully get that re-rating. But for now, we're going to look at how we continue to just pound out results, continue to keep those exploration results going, and then also start talking to the market more about the corporate updates around the feasibility study, the buy build strategy, and our permitting.
Morgan, as we sit here, and as you know, gold is near an all-time high. You've talked before in terms of the gold stocks of money initially in a bull market going into the majors and then trickling down through the rest of the complex. I almost knocked my coffee over here. So where are we in that process, do you think?
When you're so excited about NexGold, you knock your coffee over. Don't do that. Look, I think the global, like the macro sense of what gold is doing, you're seeing, obviously, gold's going through the roof. It's going to have pullbacks. It's going to do its ups and downs. Producers are making the most money they've ever made. And you're seeing them start to trickle down into the mid-tier sector and even even the exploration sector. I mean, you saw the Goldfields buy out a Cisco Mining. Like that was a $2.3 billion, 2.1, $2.3 billion cash deal. $2.3 billion of cash to buy out a company that is not in that is not in development, that is not yet into production. Shows you that, hey, these companies are starting to run out of resources. They're wanting to transition into safe jurisdictions. Mark Bristow just came out from Barrick saying he's starting to look in Canada now. And that is a good sign for our industry. So those trickle downs happen. And then people and their risk thresholds change and they go, wait a minute, safe havens are gold equities, are gold stocks. We're highly leveraged. This is the thing. You can go and buy an ounce of gold for $2,500 and maybe it goes to 27, maybe it goes to 3,000. You made a nice little bit there. Well, the equities themselves are highly leveraged. So you may buy a stock at 80 cents or 82 cents and then go to $4 because they do all the right things. They go into maybe a production state and things are going well. Like, look, there's high amounts of leverage in the junior equities to gold price, but in the right phase of the company, discovery phase, development phase. And that's where NexGold is really about to start shining. We're in both of those phases.
All right, so you've got that potential takeout in the offing whenever that might happen, or at least companies knocking on the door. In the meantime, can you summarize your thoughts in terms of the investment case for investors in NexGold mining?
Absolutely. If you want leverage to an already proven gold resource with the right team to build a mine that's not just a credible team, but a team that has experience with people like Jim Gowans, who used to be the president of Barrick, who's ex-CEO of De Beers. You have Jeremy Wyeth, 35 years mine building, and myself. You have a team of people with the right investor base with Frank Justra, Extract Capital, Sprott. So now you've got a tight share structure, 3 million ounces of gold, a clear path to building Canada's next gold mine and producing great cash flows. So, you produce $150 million to $200 million in free cash every year. This is not only set up to go, it's at the bottom of the Lassonde curve on the development side. In summary, you have that leverage plus the exploration leverage of the 65 kilometers of strike that we're now drilling. So we could make another big discovery and this district completely changes. So it's very exciting on both fronts right now. I encourage you to take a look at the website, www.nexgold.com, and follow us. I think you're going to be pleasantly surprised about the results and the speed in which we're moving.
All right, Morgan, NexGold Mining certainly ticks a lot of boxes for investors. We appreciate the update and we hope to talk to you soon.
Thanks, Mark. Appreciate it.
All right, Morgan Lekstrom, president of NexGold Mining. Thanks a lot for watching and we'll talk to you next time.